Hello, my friend. God bless you. You would not believe what happened to me on Instagram. I got attacked on Instagram for an IG reel that I did. Yes, I got attacked. This IG reel got over 3 million views on Instagram and Facebook combined, over 60,000 K likes. It gained over 6,000 followers, this one IG reel. I don't know if it's trending. I don't know if it's whatever. I don't know. I don't know if that's what they call trend. I don't know. I don't care. I was called a simp. I mean, this made me laugh. My wife had to actually pick me up off the ground, literally. Someone said that your relationship would not work. One of them called me a liar. I mean, the comment section is buzzing with all kind of information. And okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to play that 60-second clip that you will see it for yourself. And I will come back and give my commentary on why we did this IG reel and why so many people miss the real message. So here we go.
Babe,
Yes, my love.
can I ask you a question?
Sure.
I was just thinking the other day, and I said I had to ask you this question. If you could change any one thing about me, what would it be?
Wow, what a question. If I could change anything about you, what would it be? If I could change anything, nope, I wouldn't change anything about you.
But why? I mean, I'm not perfect. Why wouldn't you want to change any one thing if you had the opportunity to do so?
Well, the truth be told, if I have to change you to love you, then that's not love. That's manipulation.
Wow.
Because love is about loving you for who you are. Not because I can change you, but because I have the influence and the power to love you. And my love for you should influence change, but not me manipulating you to change you.
Wow, that's deep.
Yeah. Love you, babe.
Love you too.
You're amazing, and that's why I love you.
You're amazing too.
Awesome.
So, my friends, that's the IG reel. And we did this reel intentionally based on discussion that we had with couples who think they have the ability to change their spouse. One spouse tell us that my wife does not do what I tell her to do. So we asked the wife, why you don't do what your husband tells you to do? Her response was that he treats me like I'm a child or act like I am not equal in the marriage with him. Can I just share something with you? I was like that husband in the early years of our marriage. I wanted my wife to do whatever I want when I wanted her to do it. I used to hate the fact that she used to watch a lot of Lifetime movie network or television, Lifetime television, whatever it is. I believe it portrayed back then negative vibes about men, negative, image of men, cheating husbands and abusive husbands. I just hated it. And we argue about it. And the more I try to tell her to watch it, to stop watching it, is the more she watched it. I used to complain that she's not reading her Bible enough and she need to pray enough. I mean, I did all of that stuff. I used to complain that you read a lot of romance novel. And I'm like, you read a whole lot of romance novel and I don't see a lot of romance in our marriage. Everything that I wanted her to do, she never changed them because of me. Then the Spirit of God helps me to make a mindset shift. Mind and shift. Mindset. I had to shift my attitude. I had to shift my mind. The Spirit of God told me to stop complaining and start acting. I immediately knew what God wanted me to do. I immediately knew what I needed to do. That was when I began to take a good look at myself. I did an introspection. I started to evaluate how I showed up in the marriage. I started to change to become a better person. I started to treat my wife the way she desired to be treated. I realized that the only power I possessed in my marriage is the power to love. Did you all hear what I just said? I have the power to love. I have the power to give. I have the power to commit. I have the power to serve. I have the ability to sacrifice. I have the ability to protect and honor and treat her like the queen that she deserved to be treated as. And the moment I started learning how to love her the way God tells us to love our wives as Christ loved the church and gave himself for it, it started to shift something in me. And it shifts something in my wife. Everything that I wanted her to do, that I felt was negatively impacting our marriage and our relationship, she just started to change. She changed because of my love for her. She changed because of my changed behavior. She changed because I was influencing change through setting an example, leading by example. I am married for 29 years with my wife, and I never made her do anything she does not want to do. I have tried, but I have failed miserably. And so I rely on my superpower. And what is my superpower? My superpower is the ability to love. I learned to communicate. I learned how to give. I learned how to have difficult conversation. I learned how to listen to her without being judgmental. I became a safe place where she can feel safe to express herself and start to treat her like she is my equal partner. It is amazing to me how people missed the message in my response to her question, which was intentional. It was the very reason why we did this video or this IG reel. And you know why most of them missed it, especially men? They don't know how to create love. They see love as something that they get rather than something that they give. They're in the getting business rather than be in the giving business. God created men to be the initiator of love. That's why God tells the husband to love your wife as Christ loved the church and gave himself for it. Ephesians chapter 5 and verse 28 tells us that he that loveth his wife loveth himself. A man must love his wife as his own body. Instead of learning how to love, instead of learning how to become a better person, couples rather get a wish to change their spouse. I don't need a wish. I don't need to change my wife. They pray and ask God to change their spouse just like I did. Change their husband, change your wife. Lord, fix my husband. Lord, fix my wife. We want God to fix our spouse, when God really wants to start with you. I mean, think about it for a moment, that if it's going to be, it's up to me. If God needs to do anything in your marriage, he's going to need you. He's going to need somebody. I don't need a hypothetical question about it. If I could change my wife, what would I do? If I had an option or I had an opportunity to change her, I don't want to change her. It doesn't mean that she get to do whatever she wants. It doesn't mean that I don't call out things that bothers me or, I feel like we need to change. They just automatically assume based on my answer that I'm just one of those weak dude, weak husband that let his wife just do whatever she wants. I don't need to rub a bottle and some genie snap out of it and give me 3 wishes. Your wish is my command. I don't need to do that. You know what I know? I can create love through my actions. I can create love through my work. You need to learn how to love yourself. This is why some of y'all don't know how to create love, because you don't love who you are. You're not happy with yourself. You're an unhappy person. And because you don't love yourself, you don't know how to give love. You don't know how to demonstrate love. You don't know how to act in a loving way. My friends, listen to me. You only have the power to love. And that is why it matters who you marry. You don't marry potential. Whoever you walk down the aisles with or walk down the aisle to, that's who you're marrying. You are marrying them as is. And if they decide to stay the same way, then that is who they are. Of course, we hope that our spouse will change. But do you have the ability to change them? No. Change is necessary. And change is constant. But you don't have the ability to change. Even in the Garden of Eden, God has 2 trees in it. A tree of knowledge of good and evil and the tree of life. And God said that thou shalt not eat of the tree of good and evil, because the day you eat of it, you shall die. God gave us a choice to choose good or evil, right or wrong. But he doesn't make us change. He doesn't force his will on us. And he is the only one that has the ability to force his will, yet he doesn't do it. But you want to change your spouse. You think that you can make them do whatever they want to do. That's why marriages are failing, because you're too selfish. We are very selfish in our selfish nature, in our sin nature, and that's why they miss the opportunity in the answer that I give. That you don't have the ability to change. You only have the power to love. And the love that you have for your spouse should influence change in them. They should see the need to change themselves based on the things that you consider as a problem in the marriage. That, my friend, is how it's supposed to work. We get to love, and we get to give, we get to serve, we get to honor, we get to show up when showing up is not easy. That's the essence of love, my friend. And I've yet to see a wife or a woman that desire to be a wife that doesn't honor and respect a man like that. Because that's what she desires. We get to love, and then we get to influence change through our change behavior. I laugh so much. And you know what? I don't even remove all those comments from the video. Because guess what? As long as they're not cursing and trying to be totally disrespectful, I leave it. The ones that I delete are the ones that were very rude and I consider it to be disrespectful. But I don't care. The algorithm is pushing it anyway. Over 6,000 followers because of this one video. And between Facebook and Instagram, over 3-something million views. Well, I guessed it's working because I speak truth and I demonstrate a fact that in a marriage, you don't have the power to change. You only have the power to love. You have the power to serve. You have the power to give. And your attitude and your change behavior should influence change in your spouse. That's it for this video. I hope that you were blessed by it. I pray that you gain something. And if you do, please do us a favor and please hit that like button, subscribe, and share this video. May God continue to bless you. And I cannot wait to see you in the next one.